All right, all wrapped up at work. It's time to get things ready because we're gonna go out and do a camp today. There is a spot that I've been looking at for a time. It's a vacant piece of land that's up for sale, so it should be a nice spot. I have looked at it on Google Maps. It's next to the old place where I camped when I did the camping in airport landing strip video. I'll post a link up here so you guys can check it out. But before I do that, I think I'm gonna grab some brats. I don't know about a vegetable or not. We'll see what happens. I'm doing this after work. Hold on. You think I'd have learned my lesson after doing that Cinco de Gringo challenge? Windows up, use a microphone. The area around this place is basically it's an industrial complex. It started turning the area where I did the landing strip camp, turning it into a place with houses. It's all under construction. There's lots of like tractors and all kinds of other stuff going on. But I'm gonna pop in here real quick, grab some brat, probably grab a couple of beers. Let's grab an arrogant bastard. Strange tasting beers, so we'll get that one. All right, let's blow this pop stand. I brought the bike, so what I want to do, I want to dismount the bike from the Jeep and take the bike to the location. This is an industrial park here, and I'm wondering if I can, like, a lot of the area around here is like kind of suburban. I just don't want to leave my Jeep anywhere where it's going to be broken into, obviously towed or anything like that. There's a couple of bars nearby. I'm contemplating parking at a bar nearby. I was going to like drop off some of the bigger stuff so I didn't have to carry it on the bike when I was like riding in here. And so I parked outside the road for a little bit. Figured I would just, scoot into the end of the road, drop the stuff off. And when I scooted into the end of the road and went around the corner, I figured I'm concealed now. I'll just see how this works out. We'll see what happens. So let's take a look at where I'm at now. There was on Google Maps, there was a big shed out here, and there's nothing out here now. This place has been for sale for a while. So far it's been pretty quiet. Now that I got the Jeep, I've got a full complement of gear, a full complement of equipment. So I'm just gonna grab the handsaw and my gloves and go down there and see if we can't obscure the road a little bit. It's really sketchy right here. I'm like really freaked out because I can't tell if what I'm hearing is the road over there, the highway over there, or a plane going by, or someone driving in the road. Which is why for me, the security of having that road obscured is gonna like really help my headspace a little bit, help me like kind of be able to relax. I know from walking out and walking in that the Jeep is completely concealed. If you drive up and just look in, I'm relatively certain even if you were to like put a spotlight up here, you really wouldn't see it. But I want to make sure that the road is obscured up to that point because I'm up and kind of around the corner and behind a bunch of bushes. So I want to have a fire, and I didn't get any vegetables, but what I did get was I got a can of beans. So we'll have old-fashioned camp dinner, beans and franks, but brat. It's a cheddar brat. I was planning on going light, so I just brought the brats. I didn't really bring any sauces or anything like that. Sorry, I don't know what to say. Let's get that road obscured. I'm gonna go down. What I'm doing is I'm letting everything kind of settle, and I want to walk out here a little bit and see what's going on. I'm gonna try and provide cover for myself for this road that I drove in on. There's a tree that fell down. So what I'm gonna try and do is I'm gonna try and make it so that I have enough debris that I can, like, it will justify them thinking that nobody drove through here, while at the same time, blocking anybody from coming in. And, if someone pulls in, I want them to see the tree down in the road and have them think, oh, okay, there's a tree in the road, nobody's here. right. This is the road in right there. So I've obscured this quite a bit. Go through and make sure that none of my footprints are still here. Or my Jeep prints. Okay. Well. It's that helicopter guy. I don't know if he saw me or not, but it's time to chillax for a while. Figure out where I'm gonna set everything up. Until then, I'm gonna look for a spot to put the hammock in. I think I see one now. I'm thinking those two trees right there will be the perfect spot. They look like they're perfectly placed apart. I can have my fire out here and have plenty of space to relax in the open. So
para mi gente, con una pasión tan fuerte. Ay, 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 ay. Ahora sigo nadando y sigo gozando. Yo sigo nadando y sigo gozando.
man, these mosquitoes, as unbelievable as it is, I didn't bring any bug spray with me. I thought I had some in the Jeep, but I brought bug like repellent coils. Yeah, bros, the only thing I have is this Sawyer. This is tick repellent. I did bring a little garbage bag with me, so I'll try and pick up some trash. I gotta see if I can get the little bug repellent things out. Hold on. All right. I just took my wind checker, checked the wind. The wind's kind of going that way towards you guys. So I'm gonna take one of these guys out. Comes with like 3 of them. Probably so you can set up a nice perimeter. I like it because in the future I can just store these right in here, or I can make this into something else. Let's light this guy. All right. Hopefully that will, of course it isn't, it's blowing completely the wrong way. The wind will continue to shift. I probably should move it over here more. I just got electrolyte water in there right now so that I am hydrated, because it is about 90 degrees out right now. Yeah, I keep missing them So far there's been like about 5 planes that have come landing in. The planes seem to be really quiet. The planes, it seems like they shut their motor off and they coast in, and I don't catch them until they're like right there. There's been like 3 jets that have come by, and again, I'm kind of concealed underneath these oak trees, so I don't really hear them until they get like over towards the runway over there, because they come in from this way over here, and over there is the highway and the frontage road, and there's like all kinds of like Harleys and Mack trucks, and the off ramp is right there, so you know, trucks, big semis are come down the off ramp. But I mean, as far as like cover goes, this is kind of ideal. But I gotta get the hammock set up, so I am going to do that because I think I'm good. All right, we get in behind this tree. The trick of the day is I got these carabiners. See what I'm saying? What the hell? Dudes everywhere, all the time. All right, so I'm using these carabiners to kind of hold the bug net up high, and then I'm gonna put the tarp over the top of that ridge line that I got up there, so. All right, it's like 7, man. I've been setting up the hammock. Here's a picture of that. Bro, since the sun started to go down and it started to cool off, oh my God, the mosquitoes have like stepped it up 1,000-fold. So I gotta get a fire going. I'm gonna do that now. I don't mind telling you, I'm gonna bask in the smoke of that for a while. The mosquitoes are absolutely atrocious. Whew. Bro, I didn't even care about doing it traditional way. Lighter, I just did it with a lighter, I don't even care. All right, now that that's going, let that burn up, get rid of some of these mosquitoes. I'll kill the rest of them with my bare hands. Yeah, dude, I think it's time to crack a beer. What do you think? You agree? Doesn't matter, dude. I'm cracking a beer. Dude, these friggin' mosquitoes, bro. I'm trying to do a series on strange beer flavors. I was considering calling it Strange Brew, because it's about the weirdest beer flavors I've ever seen. When I was doing the Cinco de Gringo challenge, Jack had a beer that I've had before, in all honesty. I may have even had it on the channel. I've had one or two of them. I didn't realize the extent of which of those beers that they had. I had a couple of the beers. Jack, the Outlaw Camper, by the way, hey Jack, had a Limon y Sal Modelo. Today's choice is Modelo Chelada Naranja Picosa. Naranja is orange in Spanish. Picosa, I believe, is lightly spicy, but I'm not positive. I'll have to look that up. I'm not absolutely positive about that, but we'll give this a try. I'm not gonna do any spoilers on the other ones that I've tried that I haven't put out yet, but here we go. All right, so I can completely 100% smell the orange in that. So with regards to beers that pair well with fruits, the first one that comes to mind is Belgian White. I can't think of the name. It's a really famous one. I'll put it in up here because I'll figure it out by the time I get home. I might figure it out by the time I get through this. And sometimes they just put the slice of orange in it and allow you to like twist it in there if you want it to. But I can definitely smell the orange in this one. I can definitely taste the orange. As a matter of fact, I can taste more of the orange than I do of the beer. The citrus in this, the beer, is almost overpowered. by the citrus flavor of the orange. Kind of reminiscent of a cutie. If you've ever had a cutie, those are the little tiny tangerines. They're very sweet. It's kind of reminiscent of that. It's not bad. It's I would say it's a good summer beer. You know, if you want something that's kind of light, I'm gonna guess that the alcohol content in this is like really, really light, but I believe the other Modelo's in the same line were like all 5%, so. But Modelo Cheddar Naranja Picosa, so Picosa. That is not too bad. It's kind of refreshing. This fire is starting to get down to coals. I will set up the grill here in just a minute. My plan on exiting here is to exit early in the morning. I'm gonna get up early in the morning. You know, the fire, obviously I'll have to let that, I'll let that die down and I'll take care of that in the morning. But for the most part, my plan is to get everything wrapped and ready to go first thing in the morning, and then at earliest light, I'm gonna tear everything down and get out of here before anybody else is out of bed, so that way I know that I can leave undetected. The road out there, the highway obviously is very well traveled. It's Friday night. I need to get a stick, that's what I need to get. A bartending stick. Hold on. All right, well. Went and cut that party short. I went to go get some wood to put on the fire. Just set the beer on the tailgate of the Jeep. And then I walked by the tailgate of the Jeep and I was like, oh, I need to go to the front. So I closed the door in the back of the Jeep on the beer, which reliably squirted across the back of the Jeep to the front seat, all over the inside of it. So I'm gonna have to take the top off the Jeep and drive around with the top off the Jeep for a couple weeks to get the smell of beer out of my truck, stale beer, once it like goes stale, because it's all soaked into the upholstery and the carpeting. But there's a little bit left in there. I got one more beer left, so did bring my canteen, so I got some water, but I kind of sucks because, you know, the thing was full. I went and got the beans. I got some Bush's home style. Once this fire gets into a position of readiness, I am going to put the grill on here. I brought the packable grill. I have my little, this is my little grate. Now I can set this up on an open fire on the ground or in the pit. It's got its own little legs that close up. It's got its own little pack kit that goes into it. Mosquitoes just aren't giving up, bro. All right, I'm gonna get these things beat down a little bit. Got some skewers. All right, well, so I haven't really ate anything all day, so you will forgive me if I make a pig of myself. So I do this, makes it a little easier to flip them when I get to that point. Don't knock the beans over. The brats are just about done. The beans I took off because they were doing good, but letting the brats cook a little bit more. Beans. I wish I had some hot sauce for them. Those are good. After a long day, that hits the spot. All right, I'm gonna say those brats are good. I'm gonna take that off the fire and let that rest, as they say. Get a little drink of water. I did bring my night vision goggles. I got a set of night vision goggles. I monkeyed with it a little bit today and tried to get it to work. I think I got it to work, so I'll try it later. Let's get a brat off of here. Got one. Can taste the cheese in that. Cheesy and hot. And I don't know if you can see the smoke. I got the wood smoking really good so that it'll drive away the mosquitoes. It's a stick brat. I heard something. I don't know what that was. It's hard to, there's so much noise here. The highway over there, the crickets in the field over there. There's like, every so often I hear something moving in the grass over there. Can't tell if I hear anything behind me or not. It might be frogs. That might be what I hear. I might hear frogs behind me because there's like that creek, which is like really swollen. Clearly I can hear frogs over there kind of peepers. The cheese is squishing out of the cheddar brat here. At this point, I suppose it is what it is. It's time for an arrogant bastard. See how I killed the Naranja Picosa. That's better. Set this beer down where I don't have to worry about kicking it over. I got a Cuba Deluxe. My barber, Rafa, the guy who's responsible for this, he turned me on to a Cuba Cuba. I don't really think it's a Maduro, but I don't really think it's a lighter blend either. I think it's kind of a combination of the two. But it's sweet. It's sweeter wrapper, so it's sweet and spicy. And that's what the Cuba Cuba is. This is a Cuba Deluxe. I don't know exactly what this one tastes like, but as an after-dinner treat. And there's the Cuba Deluxe. It smells a lot like the Cuba. Tastes a lot like it. Plain up there. Choppa Man finally went home. Let's put a little cut on that. There we go. It's got a nice, it's got a nice draw to it. Let's roast this thing. I don't know if you can see that or not. Hopefully you can. But that's not bad. It's not a bad cigar. I like it. .2, Arrogant Bastard. Arrogant Bastard is the house ale around the Smith Media House. Nothing like a good Arrogant Bastard to start the night off. I checked the clock a little bit ago. It was 9 o'clock then. It's probably like 10 o'clock now. Weekend rules apply. I don't really like... On the weekends, I tend to stay up a lot later. Especially if I'm camping, because, you know, I want to enjoy what's going on. It was 82 degrees about, well, when I checked and saw that it was 9 o'clock before. Let's see what time it is now. It is 10 o'clock. Let's see where we're at as far as temperature goes. All right, my handy dandy little temperature gauge says 28.9 degrees Celsius and 84 degrees Fahrenheit. So it feels cooler than it actually, I mean, it hasn't really changed. It's changed about, let's see, it was like 89, 91 earlier today when the sun was out. So if I go with like 88, it's dropped about 4 degrees. Yeah, this Cuba Deluxe, oh, the wrapper is starting to like burst open on it. That's probably the humidity. It's not quite as sweet as the Cuba Cuba. The Cuba Cuba is a little bit spicier and it's a little bit stronger than this. I like a strong cigar, just like I like my coffee. I like a strong coffee. This is an Arrogant Bastard. This is a really strong beer. So, you know, I mean, as far as flavor goes, I like strong flavors. I'm not shy about my flavors. I'm gonna finish this, and I'm gonna finish this, and then I will likely bring you back in the hammock briefly to say goodnight And then before you know it, it'll be morning. We'll be able to sneak out of here. All right? All right. Bye. Well, I'm in the hammock. So, unless something crazy happens in the middle of the night, I'll see you in the morning. Bye. Well, good morning, everybody. It was really an even temperature. I don't know, I got used to it being like 80 degrees at about, I don't know, it had to have been about 3 o'clock or so. In the morning, it dropped down to like 69 degrees, which you'd think would be like, you know, even more comfortable. If I wanted to break out the throw blanket that I have here, probably wouldn't be as bad, but it's about 5:15, 5:20 right now. Sunrise is at like 5:45. I am going to get up and get packed up, and I'm going to sneak out of here. I appreciate you watching. If you enjoyed the video, I appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Hit the like button, I would appreciate that. And I'm Michael. This has been with me outdoors. I will see you in the next video. Bye.